Hey, welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're going to continue the Millennium Falcon build with issue number 42 of Build the Millennium Falcon. This one, we're going to do a lot of detailing to some of the parts here. And so we're going to weather. We're going to get into a lot of weathering and assembly of this. There's really not a lot to do in this stage, but with the modifications that we're doing, it'll be really interesting. So please tag along and let's see how this comes out.
Oh, thank goodness we're coming out of the asteroid field.
Let's get out of here. Ready for light speed? 1, 2, 3. It's not fair. Transfer circuits are working. It's not my fault.
All righty, moving along and singing our song. Issue 42 of Build, the fan home release and DeAugustine release of the Millennium Falcon. Yes, yes. Okay. Opening my packets, not getting anything foreign in. Checking my side here, make sure there's no screws and nothing. All right. Okay. Yeah, looks like parts we need. Another panel plate. Aha. I remember these. Remember that from issue 19? I'm not going to repeat the same mistake twice. What the hell is this? Oh, a screwdriver. No, it's a tap. Oh, Lord. You don't misplace this. This is for taps. It's a tap. Looks like we're going to be tapping some holes. Put that in the spot I won't lose. They just snuck something in. Yeah, okay. Remember issue 19, if you've been following me along? I went and glued everything. And then I came back and realized I needed to weather this. That was a mistake. So not wanting to repeat the same mistake twice, we're going to go ahead and dry brush this in. And this time, we're going to make sure that we stain it right the first time because we didn't do too good the last time. So let me go get all the materials and come back. And you can put this part on the side. You're not going to need this. Put that in my box. I'm working on the gun hold mod over there. That's going to be coming. Taking my time with it. Okay. So the first step would be to, and I use the Tamiya. One day I'll cross metal gray primer, and I've coated all the parts in this. And then I came back and I dusted it with the Tamiya white primer. It's late at night, folks. So next step is we're gonna have a couple of colors, and gonna need the shade oil. Okay, we're gonna need dark sea gray. You're gonna need some off-white, and then you gotta have your rust. Okay, light rust. And we're gonna do what something's called the dry brushing. Now, I'm gonna find my dry brush. Get my glasses, but those are not there. Where the heck I put it at? Okay, there we go. There it is. You're going to definitely need to have a dry brush, because this is a particular brush that you'll use to do some dry brushing on the model. That's just my alert telling me it's almost bedtime. That's something my watch tells me when to go to sleep and when to wake up. If electricity ever fails, I'm not going to know nothing. So let me go ahead and get myself situated over here. Two types of my dry brushing over here. Okay, first we're gonna just pour a little bit of the we'll shake it up a little. Well, that's why I can't see. I have the wrong glasses on. I feel like Fred Sanford would keep changing all these glasses. Okay, just pour just a little. Well, yeah, that was not just a little, now was it? That was a lot. We're just going to take this, dip it in here, and then you come over here, you get most of it off, okay? Off of the brush. You come over to your model parts. What we're going to do, we're just going to go all over the areas where we really get it in there. Like we're doing, we're just going all over these areas, kind of bring out. It's going to do it a couple of times. It's going to basically do it all over this model. That's why it's called dry brushing. It's a really good. You got to keep doing it. It's an old method. What we're doing is we're just coming over here, we're dry brushing, and we're bringing out, basically, it's bringing out all of the piping and all. You want to do this before you glue these pieces in, because I happened to mess up the last time with this, and I couldn't get back here because I had glued all the pieces in, and I just couldn't get it right. So I'm going to go ahead and dry brush this. We're going to come back and gotta let it dry, and then we're going to add the other stuff, okay? But that's what I'm doing. Dry brush. And it's dried. It's going to take some. Now we're just going to bring out very generously, just with this oil, some little oil. Simply go over and, just the areas, just to pull out these areas. It's really nice. It really brings the, as you can see, bringing all of this out. And it's very important to do this in this step 42, because you you don't want to do it before you glue all the ports down. That's for sure. You don't want to do it after, rather. You glue all the ports down, it's going to be possible. It's going to be entirely impossible to get this area all this highlighted. Trust me, I know. I made the mistake over there on the other ones, the other parts. So I did not made to be twins, but I'm just going to get all this outlining. Very, just going to get all this outline done. Blend it in, and there. I'm going to just let that dry. And this is a step of do, dry, and do. That's why model building, it really takes time to do these builds, because you got to make sure that you allow the time to dry. You cannot rush the model building, that's for sure. That's why my doctor said it was important. I got patience. Patience. It's teaching me patience. Teaching me patience, all right. And what we're doing is now we're just going to the parts that we're going to be doing later. We already dry brushed them. We can just add some highlights to them so that they stand out. And of course, we've got on the opposite side of it, same thing somehow. This new all really brings it out. And that's how you apply it. I'm just gonna let this. No sense of doing that one. Now this is gonna be glued now. Okay, we're just gonna let this dry and come back. Be able to continue. Okay, now that we have our parts nice and outlined, what we're going to do is we're going to add some foundation white with the yellow 70919. It's going to have to put just a little dab right there and do some dry brushing. And go ahead and get some of this on the actual brush itself. And then we'll wipe most of it here. And we're just going to, oh, we always put a little too much there. A little bit more. Way too much. We will get that. Yeah, you can always fix that. Okay, that's how. Okay, and a little bit too much on that. I'm just going to go over the raised parts over here. You may take a couple of times, but what we're just trying to do is just trying to use some different color, bring out the rustic shape of this. I would have a dusty shape. Sorry about the table shaking. That's going to happen with the as we do this. And if you just go ahead and work this paintbrush in there and work all that around. Yeah, good. Look at that. Getting a real nice that dry brush. I think it's time to go visit Hub Hobby and get me a new dry brush after we do these parts over here. My dry brush is just about had. You get all some of these recessed parts up in here. Kind of gives it that dusty old feel. Okay, now I'm going to add some raise to it. Same thing, just a little bit of a. This is going to be shadow grade, so we do this using yellow 7991 dark sea gray. Shake it up a little. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? That's, boy, did I. Forgot something and lost something at the same time. There it is. Bad old eyes. Got to add some of that here on this part. Whatever you do there, you have to also add over here because this is going to match it. We haven't glued any of this stuff up yet. Break it. We haven't glued any of this stuff up yet. Dry brush that as well. The same colors that we've been using. Okay. Remember that. And now we're going to add some grades on this. We need to put too much. Then we just rag up in here. Let's take it off. Okay. Now what we're doing here is we're hitting these highlighted edges. Yeah, I need to get me on. Definitely from Hub Hobby. Just these highlighted areas at the bottom. going for. You see that now? Now it's starting to blend in really nice. Give it that some of those dark gray areas. And that's what I was shooting for. Still see the white in the outline. The all. Now I'm over here. Add a little bit of that gray. Parts over here. Same thing. All these colors are just gonna blend itself in. You have to glue it. You have to let it dry tonight. Come back. We're gonna glue our parts tomorrow into place. Now, kind of. And now, with that said, the last stage of this, and then once we have fully assembled, we'll come back and we'll do some more of this weathering. Now we got this yellow light rust wash. This is going to add some where we are, some rust. Oh, you should have seen that. Sitting over here taking the cap off, and then I go shake it up with the cap off, and I'm like, what had happened? I'll tell you what happened. That's what happened. Okay. Using one of these small little paint brushes, we're going to add some rusty areas. Just to add some rust. Some of these, and you make it look, like the parts had rust on them. Right, rust. Some rust. This isn't adding it all over the place, but it's enough where you would see some of that dark rust coming in at. I want to show you another trick I have up my sleeve that I like to use. Some folks don't use it, but that's adding some of that dark rust on those pipes. I think on that one to be a little bit more gray. So I still got some gray. Here you go. Now I want to bring these over here. Give me a second. Be short this here in my studios. Okay, now we're back. Now this is some yellow old rust spread. I added this the last time. And you just give this a good old dusting. This old rust spread. It's gonna make everything just look as though it has old rust on it, like in those corners. And it really, and you gotta dry brush it because you gotta kind of get it in there and grind it into the color. It's good to do that right after you apply some of that gray. Some of it's still wet. See, you just go along there and you grind that in. Really gives it that rust effect. Hey, you know what, guys? I'm going to tighten that cap up before I have all rust all over my build table. Remember, this is everybody. This is your model, so you may want to do some things differently your way and go back and add some more of that gray. And after you've done this, that's perfectly okay. Perfectly okay because it is your model. Don't let anybody tell you that you're doing it wrong because that's not true. There's no wrong way to do it when it's your model. Say what they want all day long and criticize and give opinions, and opinions are good. may have some good points, you may want to consider. But you pay for the daggone thing and you want to paint it blue. That's up to you. Shoot. I'm not one of those model builders that, unless I got a customer and they want it straight on studio quality, well, then that's a different story. That's their model. This is my model that I will resell to whomever would like to buy it as I built it. I'm not going to give it away, that's for sure. But here we go. Now we're going to have to add some of that back area, but that's where the rust would be kind of. We'll do the our parts tomorrow and continue to doctor this up. Along and sing our song. It's time to move. So first is part one. And let's see. It's going to fit just right up in here, just like that. And get the glue out. Little sanding piece is right here for the little burrs. How much you try to not do it, they're going to be a burr them apart. So, my glue, good old plastic zap, never let you down. Never. My little glue sticks over here. Where the hell is that? So this now that's just about stupid as that was a stupid mistake. This side. Boy, I tell you, it's really. At least I saw the mistake. There. Already weathered it, so we're not done with the work. Okay, so that part's in there. So, okay. Now, the next part, we're going to call that number two. This little part. Got this. Number two is right here. Okay. That's number two. It's going to go. Use the front right here. Up in that area. Well, they got a little hole there and there. That's where number two goes. And they're going to cut this very gently. You break the piece. See? We're going to break the piece. It's up like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just two little drops of glue. One here, one there. Let me just okay. I had to push it in. There's no I can't find them. All right, now we got number three. Right up in here. This piece goes down up in here. This piece kind of sits right up in there. You see, we have to go back on the weather. All right, that's the dog. All right, dog is outside. My wife is coming. Okay, You want to weather this up. I weather the other side. That's okay. All's fair, let me vote. Number 4 is going to be this little piece right here. It's going to come up this. One thing. Right here on this one. And I'm sorry, I'm over here. Oh, man. Bad eyes. Even. This one, you got to cut it down to even right here. Now, go right there. Better than match everything. Five. This piece right here. Let's see, that's the way it goes. Goes this way. 1, 2, like that. It's like that. Okay. We got number 6. Which is here. Number 6 is going right there, right? And then begins. I'm afraid if I use my tweezers, the tweezers are going to grab it. It's going to fly all off this desk. So I'm not using the tweezers. Okay, now number 7, we got to be careful with. It's this one with a lot of little parts, okay? It's this one right here, number 7. You got to be careful with cutting it. So make sure you use your fingers. In each of the parts, you hold it real good. It's very, very delicate. Okay, now explain how it goes. Let me orient myself correctly. Okay. Here is a little hole in this one. That's what you would start off with, okay? Then you got 2 more there. 1, 2, and 3. Lines up just like that, okay? See, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's how this piece gets laid in there. You can stand there like that. You know why? I'll tell you. Hope I'm not break it. Now for this piece, we're going to go ahead. And God bless you. If the sneezing starting now, it won't stop. It won't stop. Once you start sneezing. Yep, that's two. Okay. Put that one in first. It's a good idea to put this one in first, and then over here. This one you guys probably gotta push in. Those of you who are young, have good eyes, congratulations. You'll catch up with us. When you do, it's gonna be rough. Let's see, go on. And that thing was not in there, so I gotta put care of. Let's not break the port. Okay. Okay, now it's in. Okay. You can feel when you're pushing it, you push it gently. You can feel it go into the hole. All right. We have survived. So 7 is 8's no problem. All right, that's our last piece to put in. We're gonna let everything dry. Come back and oh, the hands shaking. Oh boy, I need to take a break. The hands go to shaking. Oh no, I need to be very careful with this stuff. Okay. All right. Now for the last piece. I feel like I won when I finish this. I'm gonna go like this, like laying down. You gotta. Let me just move now. You gotta get a hole right here. And a hole right, that wouldn't be it. Talking about. Oh, they got a hole right up in here. Right up in there. So, gotta just dab on here and put a dab on there. I'm gonna get this one in first since that seems to be the to get in. Okay. Trying to make sure that everything goes in this hole. Okay, it's in the hole. All right. And just let everything kind of dry here. So it's looking. You can come back and we'll weather this. A little bit different than we did the other ports because I want everything to look the same. So I'm gonna use different weathering kit for this. All right, like that. We'll be back. Hey, we're back with the port. Blue's all dry. Now I got to my weathering master kits C and B out. Then we're going to be using the orange rust and the gunmetal. And then over here, they got regular rust with B. And that's for the ports that we just did. Go ahead and lightly dust this. Okay. This. There we go. Lightly dust it. Be careful with this, and this one breaks faster than anything we got. See, now it's coming out. It's kind of rusted and blending in. Now I'm gonna put that back down. Add some gunmetal to the overall, to the top. See, some gunmetal. Yeah, this one is used more than any of them. This shucks, look what happened. I'm gonna knock the thing up. Put it back in. Darn it. That's gonna take some time to do. Fix that whole thing. Bar you over here. Now we're gonna getting in here with this. gunmetal. You know, with all that firing over there and all. Some of this in here. Okay. Metal there. Now that's all nice and weathered. And the last thing, just a little dash of orange rust and some extra little parts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray this with a nice Tamiya clear coat. Therefore, everything stays just like it is. And that's all that there was to do in number 21. Came out pretty good. 41. One of these days, we'll get my head on right. This is issue 42. That just tells you the kind of day out there. Okay, well, that was really a good build with the starboard hull recess piece here. I really like the way it came out. Came out really good. So that's a good little. And then don't forget, I am going to go back and clear coat this with the me a clear coat, but you don't like me spray painting inside. I wish I could tell you the studio's coming along good, but it's not. I'm about to go out there and mess with that garage. Still inside. But hey, look, we're continuing our build. Please give me a like and some comments. And if you haven't subscribed, I really would appreciate you do so. The like and the comments and subscribe really helps the channel grow. And please check out my friends' channels. PJ Cooper, the model builder, he's doing some great work on the submarine over there. And he gets into a lot. And of course, we got Mark's Mods. He's always filling with something. He's building the Millennium Falcon as well. And and Pete already had built it, but they're doing a lot of work, and we're all working on that darn Star Trek Enterprise build, and got some interesting stuff that's going to be coming to the channel with that. I got a light kit. I've been reading it. I think I have to get my friend Kevin, he's an electrician, to help me with it. But I think it's going to be a good build. So we're going to be moving with the Enterprise because Fan Home has released my parts. Thank the Lord. So I hope everything's going good for you for the New Year's. We're already hitting the 8th month. I cannot believe it. When the 7th, yeah, the 8th month. You see that time is flying by, isn't it? I hope everything's going good for you this year, and I hope the good news is yours. I'll see you down the road.
Thank you for watching.